this is Phil Picott live at Sun and Fun 51 years of aviation and bliss. We're here at the Piedmont, very nostalgic airline. I'm sitting here with the top recruiter for aviation adventures and piloting, Ms. Grace Wilson. How are you?
I am doing amazing. Thank you so much for having me today.
Great for having us here.
Oh, well.
I feel like I'm in the airplane right now. Now, above us here is a CRJ?
Embraer 145.
Oh, it's Embraer
yeah,
145.
Embraer 145. She's been around for a while.
Okay.
Great airplane to fly. We have an amazing maintenance team that takes care of her, fit and ready to go all day long. So we love her. She's a good
Awesome.
plane.
I love it. Now, during the pre-interview stage, I realized you're from Philly. That's my
Go
home.
Birds.
Go Birds. And also, you're from Smithfield, Virginia,
Yes.
where my family's located. And Surrey and Newport News and Hampton and Norfolk.
All the fun stuff. Yes, I am from a very small town in Virginia called Smithfield, best known for its bacon and ham. Yes, like we were talking about. So incredibly cool. From there, and then now I'm currently based in Philadelphia. It's a great company to work for. The base is great as well. We have 3 bases actually.
Okay.
We have Philadelphia, Harrisburg, and Charlotte, North Carolina. Charlotte's going to be looking at more of our senior base that we have, and Philly's more of our junior, which makes it nice.
So Harrisburg, Philadelphia, and Charlotte are basically essentially your hubs.
Yes, you are
and
correct.
you're attached to American, which flies all over the
All over the world. Flight benefits, best part about the company, being able to fly all over the world, most of the time for free as well, which makes it pretty cool.
That's good.
Yeah, so we are wholly owned of American Airlines. So that means all of our pilots are able to flow to American in as little as 4 to 6 years. So that makes it really, really cool. Whenever our pilots get to join our company, they have an ultimate spot with American Airlines one day without an additional interview. So that's just really cool to be part of a company like that.
Well, your company goes way back. I'm dating myself right now, where living in Philadelphia, we used to take Piedmont and Allegheny and some other airlines which are now defunct, and fly from Philly down to Newport News, actually Patrick Henry Airport, which is the Class Delta.
Absolutely.
Just brings back good memories.
Oh, great. And that's the best part about being part of a company that's been around for over 90 years now. Just so many
90
different
years.
90 years. I know, it's not crazy. And we rebranded a couple times, couple mergers in there as well, but absolutely amazing to be able to be part of such a legacy carrier. I mean, we've been around for so long. And it's just really cool to meet people like yourself as well that's known this company for the time, and being a part of it and just building this for the next generations with our different programs that we have. Absolutely amazing.
I mean, there are so many different airlines you can think of, I'm dating myself once again, but People Express and Braniff Airlines and airlines you don't hear about, but with the rebranding of Piedmont along with American, you can't get any better than that.
Absolutely. We kept our Speedbird.
Yes.
So that's pretty cool to keep that Speedbird around, and it's something we're very prideful about, for sure. It's a great company.
Now, you mentioned that you went to college for equestrian.
I did.
So you're riding horses, but now how many horsepower is this?
A lot
here?
of horsepower. Yeah, I was telling you, I upgraded a little bit. Definitely a lot more horsepower than I've ever handled, for sure. But yes, I actually got recruited to be a D1 equestrian athlete at a little school in Delaware, actually. It's called Delaware State University. So they have an equestrian team out there. Not a lot of people know that. And they also have a 141 school.
Now they have the birds, right?
They are the Hornets, actually.
The Hornets.
Yes,
okay.
they're the Hornets.
Okay.
So I went to college and.
So you had wings in your future.
I did. Well, not necessarily. I actually started off as a business management major,
Sure.
and then I got inspired to be able to come to the airlines from a fellow teammate, actually. And from that, love of aviation sparked. I did a discovery flight like most people do. And then after that, I said, you know what, this is kind of cool, flying these little golf carts in the sky. So went through the program, and then here I am at Piedmont Airlines just
So
a few
you have
years.
your private and insurance?
Yeah, working on that. Absolutely, yes, I have those. And basically what my goal is to be able to know a company from the inside out. So I'm currently working on a lot of backup plans, like I like to say. I always have a backup, just in case that medical goes away, just in case. You never know. So I'm currently working on my master's degree at Louisiana State University.
You're all over the map.
All over. It's the best part.
So you leave Philadelphia, head down to
yes,
Louisiana
exactly.
on Piedmont?
Yeah, absolutely. You know it. And it just really prepares to get into the industry. So it's a really good one.
So are you looking to eventually fly for Piedmont and American?
That is maybe my goal, maybe, yeah. So,
Good for you.
Of course, working for an incredible company like this, Piedmont Airlines, that's been around for so long, working with these incredible people as well, really inspires me. So honestly, if I weren't to come to Piedmont, I would be a little hurt. So I think it's going to be in my future one day.
Now, since I'm retired 14 years ago, I'm not going back to work. Unless it was something like this, but I think the first day would just wear me out. But for some younger folks out there, you're really inspired to get into aviation. You have a program.
We do.
Can you explain and elaborate on that?
Absolutely. When you talk about going back to work, you don't want it to feel like work. Well, my job, thankfully, doesn't feel like work. So that's why I'm still here, and it's just amazing to be able to talk to people like yourself and like-minded individuals that are interested in aviation. That's what drives me, and this is what I love about this job. But yeah, so let's talk about those programs. So we have a cadet program. So basically what the cadet program entails, and we all know that aviation is expensive, very, very expensive. And it's hard to get through college for it, and depends on what avenue you decide to go. But we have a cadet program. And the one thing to keep in mind with this, it's $15,000 that we give to the candidate once they pass an interview. And
so wait a minute, time out. So you give someone $15,000 after passing an interview. Can you give me an interview right now? I could really use $15,000 to get to my CFI.
Yeah, so there are some qualifications. There are some things.
Course,
I'm sure you're qualified for this. So 500, you have to have at least 500 hours of time, total time.
Okay.
Your commercial license, your multi-license, first class
Working
medical,
on it.
all that. There you go. And with that information, if you're selected to move forward, you come in for an interview. We fly you out to Charlotte, and it's essentially the same interview that our first officers are doing. So we have people come in and interview at 500 hours. And they interview for a first officer position. If
only
they pass.
500 hours.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because cool. I know the industry norm was 1,200 hours.
Yes. Exactly. So it's very, it's a really good program, and they interview. There's a 2-part interview, HR and technical. Obviously can't go into that side of things, but what the interview entitles, but it's a pretty cool interview.
No cheating here, folks. If you want to do it for the real thing,
you gotta come
contact Grace, and she'll get you signed up for an interview.
Absolutely.
So once they pass the interview, if they're lucky enough to pass the interview, what's next?
Yeah, so the next steps is they go home and fly. We want to focus on them flying, getting those hours. They need to be accumulating at least 60 hours a month. So you're building that time. We have a lot of CFIs. We have a lot of people that have a lot of different backgrounds. So own their own airplanes. They do 135 work, banner towing, skydiving, anything that you can do to be able to get those 60 hours a month. And you just build your time. So you get that, initially it's a $10,000 check right after the interview, and then for every 100 hours you get a $500 check. So by the time you're building your time, then you get to your ATP minimums. We send you off, and you go into ATP, CTP, which we generously pay for as well. We send you to Dallas, Texas.
Get out of here.
$5,000 course. We pay for it. There you go.
That's better than being a CFI.
Oh, it's great. Yeah.
Because at 500 hours, you're still learning your skill and your training and everything.
Yeah, it's a really good program. It's very unique as well. And one thing I didn't mention is we're not partnered to any schools. So we have people that fly all over the country, and you can do that, and you can be a CFI, and you can fly your own airplane on the weekend on $100 burgers, and you can count that towards your time for the program. So it just really makes it a unique program.
It is very unique because I know your competitors, and you have a few of them out there that have their own school. I won't mention any of those airlines, but this program at least allows you the flexibility of going back home where it's more comfortable and more familiar in surroundings. You can hook up with maybe a CFI, work on your ratings along with that, and while building hours, 60 hours a week, or excuse me, not a week, a month. That's a lot of flying.
That's a lot of flying.
So once they finish that up, then what? So Grace, I have my 60 hours a week, or 60 hours a month. I just love to fly. So 60 hours a month. Now what?
Yeah.
I want to fly this now.
All right, so you're ready to transition over into the jet. So basically what it is you got your ATP minimums. So you're whatever, if you went to a 141 school, that's going to be 1,000 hours and the different requirements out there. But let's say you got to your ATP minimums, you passed that ATP written that we send you out to Dallas, Texas to take care of. Now you're ready to go into class. Well, you are ready to go to the class, and that's what we're going to do.
To go to class?
Yeah, you do.
Say what?
And one little perk that I didn't talk about, our cadet program, we have flight benefits as well. So the cadets also have flight benefits.
Oh, my goodness.
Cool thing as well.
Can I hop in a time machine?
Sure,
and
absolutely.
Go back
we'll take
30 years
there
ago.
You go.
Because
Absolutely.
that's awesome, because I hear often people that aspire to become airline pilots, man, it's feast or famine because they're really struggling, paying the bills and having some semblance of life. So now you have a little money in your pocket. You're working for a great company. You have travel benefits.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
An amazing company that's been around and taking care of its company, its employees. We have over 10,000 employees. Not all of them are pilots. Only about less than 1,000 of those are pilots, actually. So it's a very close-knit, family-oriented company. So that's one of the values about the company in itself.
Okay, so I do all these things right now. Become first officer.
Mm-hmm.
How many hours or experience would I need to become captain?
Yeah, so we actually have a really fast upgrade. We'll kind of back it up a little bit here, but every month you're going to get paid 75 hours a month minimum. So our first officer come in at $96 an hour. And
what? Wait. How $96 an hour?
They do. I know. It makes those student loans go by really quickly. So, basically you're going to get $96 an hour. You're going to get paid 75 hours a month on reserve. And once you get a line, it's a little bit different. It's a whole different avenue and stuff like that with the airlines. But you can upgrade as little as 10 to 18 months. I know somebody that did it in 10 months. So that was a lot of flying. You need 1,000 hours in order to upgrade to captain. So kind of do the math. You can do that person was doing a lot of flying, and that person's now an American. So pretty cool. And you could upgrade and get in the left seat and then flow to American.
Cool. Now with Piedmont, it used to be American Eagle, right? So it's no longer American Eagle? Or?
So we fly under the American, well, we don't have it on her right now, but fly under the American Eagle as well. Our little guys are over here. And we have all the benefits of American Airlines.
So where would you fly, saying I completed everything, where would my destinations be?
All up and down the East Coast. So we fly everywhere from Philadelphia, of course down to Charlotte, all the way into Salisbury, Maryland. That's actually where our headquarters are, Salisbury, Maryland. Yeah. And then all the way up into Wisconsin, into Chicago, but mostly East Coast. Into Florida as far as Jacksonville, Florida. So all up and down. And it's a lot of diverse flying, a lot of fun flying as well.
I love it.
And that's something that we pride ourselves in as well. A lot of growth opportunities too. There's still a lot of growth to come.
So you have about 1,000 pilots, 10,000 employees.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
Yeah. You go to Anchorage, Alaska. You look out your window and you may see a speedbird on the back of one of your ground handling. If somebody handling your baggage or put it in the airplane, that's one of our employees, and that's what it's cool to be part of a company that's so cool. Much bigger than just pilots. It's a little bit of everything, and it's really special to be part of that.
Well, folks watching this video, especially aviators, I would highly encourage you, before you even look at an airline, STEM. Science, math, and eat all your vegetables and keep in shape, and then contact Grace here, and she'll hopefully set you up with something really awesome in terms of a neat experience and an awesome career. So on that note, I want to thank you. Appreciate your help.
It. Thank you for coming out. We appreciate it. And everybody out there, have a great air show. This is an amazing time to be out here, and I appreciate our conversation.
And the closing on this, what's the pilots say at the end of the flight? We know you have a choice in who you fly.
Who you fly for. Thank you for flying.
Thank you for flying Piedmont.
Exactly.
All righty. Thanks again, Howard.
Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.